Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. As mentioned in our daily financial news this morning on July 6th, we have two of our lovely experts on Tuesdays, and we bring it home with Omar, my real estate entrepreneur. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you? What's happening?
Not much, man. I am feeling really good about my real estate slowdown call. Really good about inventory rising. I see other publications actually talking about it now, so I'll pat myself on the back a little bit for being early in calling it. So that feels pretty good.
Absolutely. It's going to happen. It's happening.
It's happening.
And
Yeah.
it has like all the recipes of, or the ingredients of what's coming.
Yeah.
And we don't know how it's going to end up at the very end of it.
Yeah.
But I do know that there will be the adjustment. Things aren't flying like they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And I guess in every market, it's going to be different. I know my market, your market too, Michael, is, our median home price is pretty, like, it's lower than,
most of California. Yeah.
Yes. So we may not be affected as much, but we are still affected because the increase of inventory, which you've seen, I've seen it in my market.
Yeah.
And, now people down in Southern California have to lower their prices and start being a little bit more competitive, and not necessarily lower their prices, but not get 30 offers.
Yeah.
They're getting 5.
Yeah, folks, this is a housing slowdown, not a crash. And the reason I can call it and have been right thus far is because I look every day. I look every day. And now I have thousands of students worldwide that are looking every day. So not only do I get my data, I get thousands of people saying, hey, Zuber, my buy box, because that's what my students talk about right there, buy box. My buy box got 4 more listings or 8 more listings. And while these numbers may not be that interesting, when you realize we just went through a year of like 2, right? It's remarkably different. So it was a pretty easy call to make. But what I want to talk about here is the average person, the average home buyer, the average home seller. They can make some pretty bad mistakes when markets turn. Right. And, we're going from perhaps and I've been doing this 20 years. I will call the last year the greatest seller's market I have ever seen. And that includes before the bubble, right? It was the best time to flip. It was the best time to burr. Folks, the party's over. It's not like prices are going to crash, but it's going to be an adjustment. And what I want to talk about is sellers first. I suspect, and I can say this with uber confidence, that a lot of people are going to start listing. It's already happening. But when they call a real estate agent and they say, I want to list my house, and the real estate agent does their comps or whatever, whatever they do, and I'm just going to make up a number for the country, and let's say it's 199. The person's going to be all pissed off because they remember their neighbor in March or February sold with 30 offers, lines out the door, and sold for like 239. So this new listing is going to come to that agent and go, if you don't list it for at least 239, and oh, by the way, my house is better, it's prettier, it's a better location, it's newer, whatever, I can hear it already, right? And they were probably hoping for 249 or 259. That's what they're hoping, because trust me, your clients that are calling you, they have a number in mind. And when you come back at 199 and disappoint them by 20%, they are not going to be happy.
No.
And
not at all.
It's real estate agents are going to have to have some hard conversations. And I suspect the good listing agents, they're going to have to walk away from some listings. And again, you have to list to last, right? You say it all the time, but listing a
100%.
Listing a 259 house in a 199 market is not a great idea for anyone. What do you think?
Well, I want that 199 market.
Yeah,
I want that market.
Yeah, me too.
Because so to clarify, yes, if you're an agent out there and you're in the business, you have to list to last, but you have to also understand that if you're going to go on appointments, and if you guys follow me, I did a video on this about, hey, I had about 5 or 6 appointments that we were just so far away, and I wasn't going to throw my sign up.
Yeah.
And waste my time, waste money on pictures, waste a conversation. I don't want to say waste a conversation. Advise the seller over and over and over and over and over again, and expect a different outcome when they're so they're so spot on and projected on the number that the neighbor got, and they want that kind of return when it's not the case anymore, and then they want to overextend the value because they're personally attached.
Exactly.
And it's that's not the market right now. It's like literally for every agent out there that listed a house and all of a sudden you sold it for 20 grand more and you thought you're a hero. No, the market did that for you.
Yeah, folks, that wasn't you. That was the market.
You did not market it to get that extra money. I mean, it's good to take the credit, sure, because of, you know, of what you're doing in the business. But I know that, hey, if I listed something and it sold for 20, 30 grand more, that's not me doing anything different. It's the market that dictated that number. And then, yes, you do look like a great person with your seller. But if you think that's going to stay happening the next 3, 4, 5 months, you know, you're going to take listings that are overpriced, and then somebody else, when it expires, is going to take it, or they're going to cancel listing from you because they're pissed off that you couldn't perform.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just want agents and I just want people who are going to listen, agents, to kind of hear this. And again, this is so predictable. They're going to come out high, like we just talked about. They're going to want 259. They'd accept 239, but you tell them 199. That's not a fun conversation.
No. You
could come back and say, you know what? I can already hear a newer agent saying, okay, we can try that. Oh, we can try that. That is, you signed up to spend what, $3 grand on pictures and listings and probably have 2 open houses, which is opportunity cost you can't put anywhere else.
No.
And, you know, and then what's going to happen, folks, if you sign and you put it out at 239 when you thought it was 199, yes, you could get lucky. It may be that magic house on that magic street, but don't count on it. What you have signed up for are weekly hard conversations, right?
Weekly hard conversations.
Weekly, every Friday or Monday or whatever you're going to have your follow-up, and tell them about the week. It's going to be, we did an open house from 11 to 4 and we had 2 people come by. They were both neighbors, nosy neighbors.
No, yeah. Nosy neighbors.
Yeah. What does that house look like? Right.
Yeah, exactly. But on this, let's segue into the listing agent or the agent aspect of it, right? And then we're going to segue into the sellers.
Yes.
So there's going to be sellers out there that literally are going to think that, hey, the market's still appreciating, let's sell it for, and this is going to go for anybody that's trying to buy a house right now, okay? You have to be very clear, and this is to the investors that are watching. You have to be super clear and know your number and your return, because they think because a real estate agent told them the house is worth X and they want to sell it without one because they think they could do it, which they probably can. And this market still for sale by owner or whatever the case, but it's your job as the investor to lead and guide them as well and let them know, hey, this is what the market is, okay? I gotta put $30,000 into this property to make it look good, okay? And then you have costs involved to purchase it, you know? And if you're not gonna pay no commission, Mr. Seller, like you have to reverse engineer it. You have to take what it potentially could be worth, probably 90%, okay? Minus your repairs, minus commissions and closing costs, and then that should be the number that you offer to your seller. But you have to be able to picture or paint that picture for them, because if you don't, they're going to still think that Zillow is telling my house is worth $500,000 when you know that you're going to be paying $385, $400K max. The agent will say, oh yeah, no, we can list it for $479. Okay. But where do you need to make your money at? Like, this is for you guys that are on the call, that are investors that want to get into the game. Like, you have to know about the area and the house. You have to.
Yeah. Again, I can already see the picture, right? So again, what we've talked about, listings beget more listings, right? So we're going to go, I'm just going to make up numbers from 100 listings in your area to 600, right? But again, let's remember a normal market will be 1,000, right? So we're not, it's a huge increase, but it's not quite back to normal, but it's still a huge increase. But what's going to happen in that new 600 is you're going to have a third of the listings that are so highly priced that they're just not going to go anywhere. And the sellers are going to be mad and they're going to take their listings off in 60 days, whatever.
Right.
They're like, I'm done. Nobody gets it. My house is special. They don't see it, blah, blah, blah. We're staying. Got it. Then there's going to be a third of the people that are just going to let the 6-month contract go out and see what happens. But here's the magic. And I want people to realize this. There will be a third or 20% or whatever the number is that have to sell. Divorce, job change. They want to leave the state of California. I mean, whatever it is. And what's going to happen in this pile of new 600 is there's going to be, for the first time in a year, motivated sellers. Why has it been so hard to buy out of the MLS the last year and a half? It's because motivated sellers could be hidden. There was no supply. So everybody bid on, and when junk sales for retail price, motivated sellers hide. So what's going to happen here is probably 30 or 45 days from now, the motivated sellers are going to start to, you could, if you watch your market like I do every day, you could almost sense it, right? There's 2 price drops inside 3 weeks, right? There are just signals that you can watch for. And this is the time to be a good investor and get 30-year money, man. 10-year notes down again today. God, go get that 30-year money. So that's what I'm thinking.
That 30-year money is key.
Yeah.
I'm just writing all this stuff down right now, Michael.
Yeah, no worries. But I'm excited by the next 6 months. I think it'll be, every couple of years, there's a market that's ripe for investors. And I think this is going to be the best one for like that first timer, because you get the cheap 30-year money. Motivated sellers will be there if you do the work, if you write the offers, if you write offers that make sense. One of my students just did a deal. I think it was like they wrote an offer at 60 on a 77K listing, and they came up to 62 and they got it. That's a motivated seller. They would not have gotten that in March. It has sold for 77. No, it was somewhere else. Tennessee, okay. I think somewhere. Yeah, I don't know.
Still,
it's the ideal though, right? You found a motivated seller that wanted out. They're like, I'm done. Because that's the beauty. Sometimes people have to sell real estate. And it's the have to sell is where there's motivation, where you can create deals. So do your homework, do the work, right?
Do the work, do the homework. I love it.
Yeah. So that's what I think. I'm excited by what's coming. If I was a real estate agent, which we're going to do in topic number 2, I think you have a hard 6 months. We'll leave that for the next topic, but yeah, I'm excited by what's coming. If you're a seller, realize the market's not March. March and April's over. You missed it. More competition, more listings. You also have buyer fatigue and a lot of people taking vacations. They're like, I'm out. I'm done. I'll come back and look at real estate in a month. So any thoughts on that?
You know what? That's good advice, because you as an investor, you're trying to buy something right now. And if you wait a couple months, I mean, you've already waited this long.
Yeah.
So another couple months probably is going to make you another $10,000.
Yeah. All you got to do is find that motivation.
That's it, because they're going to start surfacing, and I can feel it. You can see it. My leads are increasing.
Yeah.
I motivated sellers, and it's like, okay, cool. Call them up. Hey, I'll give you your offer in 2 weeks. We'll close. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. There'll be some people that get caught in this though, right? If you're flipping above the median right now, like if you're doing a deal right now and you're out 4 or 5 months, I am scared for you. Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Well, cool, man. I look forward to talking about real estate agents in topic number 2, because they have a hard 6 months. But again, it'll be the 6 months that test them, see what they're made of. How can people get a part of your world?
Follow me, guys. At Omar_Alfaro, or call me 760-559-9945, and I'll help you guys with anything you guys need.
Thank you, buddy. Take care.
You're welcome.